Hello, hello, everyone. What is going on, YouTube world? We are playing some ranked battles again tonight. And with it being Tier 8, I have again chosen the Giuseppe Verdi. I tried some other ships and did not have as good of games, so we're back in this ship for rounds 3 and 4, right? We'll see what we can do. I feel like it was just like it's the perfect ship for this scenario, at least for my playstyle and kind of my own personal opinion, right? Everyone's gonna disagree, right? But just with having radar and then really great secondary batteries on this thing, decent maneuverability. This, ranked season with these 2 zones capped and it being 3-on-3, it kind of forces you to play the short game, right? Like, if somebody goes in, caps those zones, and you're in a battleship built for range, you may not even get anybody spotting for you, and they'll just win on points, So, it does kind of, the gameplay setup here does kind of force you to go and partake in the festivities that is dealing with the zones, right? So we will line up right behind our destroyer here and turn in a second here and try and get this help assist with this B cap zone, right? So I'm just kind of looking. I'm gonna get spotted kind of right behind right through where my reticle is, because that's typically the other team's gonna spawn pretty much opposite of you. But they do occasionally go out wide if they're on for B, and then, sometimes you'll see them go all the way over to A, right? So, but more often than not, you see them coming through this side. So I am heading directly for that island to in hopes that it's keeping me from getting spotted at the moment, so I can get in and help with the zone cap. But then also, once I get to it, we have a little bit of some cover situation. We're not just open to taking fire from the entire other team, right? So we'll see how this plays out. The thing too is, at this point now, if we see that the zone goes contested, we know it's a destroyer and we could pop our radar too. And somehow this Hayate gets spotted and he is in range of our secondary, so we will take full advantage of that. I'm going to turn away from him a little bit, and I was kind of suspecting those torpedoes, but those were probably meant for our destroyer, right? But if he had potentially fired them at us and then we kind of turn away and then turn back in towards him, that would be a much easier dodge, right? So the other thing too with coming in and approaching head on to an island is there's you don't get those, you're not going to take those luck shots that the destroyers sent through the alleyways on the other team, right? So he sent torps just basically on each side of the island, and since we were going towards the island, none of those hit us, right? So we are not going to worry about their destroyer for the time being anyway, since we kind of scared him off. Now he's got to loop back around, so we will kind of deal with the immediate threat that is this main here. And then, still curious where their other battleship is. Yep, and it went for A, so I almost just pulled the trigger there just to do it, but we will reorient ourselves to go after this Giuseppe Verdi. He is also now in range of our secondary batteries. So I am making a very, very hard right turn here because I do not want to be broadside to that main by the time he gets around that island too, right? So that guy, yeah. So we're going to have to kind of angle ourselves right in between these guys and try and get angled appropriately so we don't take Citadel hits from the main. He does seem more interested in our other battleship. But we popped the secondary battery reload booster, and we are unloading on the main, who just happens to, I don't know why he's still broadside, but this is going to hurt, buddy. I know I don't have the best guns, but you're still going to take a good chunk of damage. So we are up to 40,000 damage done now, and we are kind of unloading on both of these ships. And like I said, I'm trying to be angled, we look like we're maybe about 45 degrees from both of them, so we've got this kind of sweet spot, and it's working out for us, right? But I will continue to shoot this main as long as he wants to stay broadside to us, right? So, boosh, we get a Citadel, and we did a lot more damage to him than he did to us, so we will take it. Alright, checking on the destroyer, Hayate. So we were going to go full forward now because we were backing up a little bit before there. So I'm going to hope that he had already shot torpedoes and they're going to go and end up behind us. But we will be we will err on the side of caution and not use our damage con to put out this fire, right, in case we get hit by torpedoes from him. So now, 73,000 damage in a game that only has 3 enemy ships. That's pretty brutal. That's pretty good. Oh man, so we were able to keep him spotted with the radar, but we didn't get enough hits on him. Alright, so if he's gonna just keep running away, we're gonna just keep letting him, right? So he can go and drive around over there all he wants. Let's deal with this main if we can. So I don't like the fact that I'm spotted by the airplane, because he probably is going to have a shot over this little ledge of this island here. So I am hitting my brakes and turning in. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this airplane, and now probably the Hayate behind us is also spotting. And then we can't press forward because we got to make sure to not get hit by these storms. Alright, so we took a decent chunk of damage from us there. We will see if we can give anything in return. That's good and chunky. And we get that, so I turn to the right just a little bit so I could get that rear turret. You got, the 2 in the front and 1 in the back on this ship. Classic, 2 in the pink, 1 in the, well, so secondaries need to take out this main for us. These SAP rounds are pretty brutal. You can see, like, was that like 1,200 damage that went up there? Yeah, like 1,100, 800, yeah. Like, that's amazing for secondaries, right? Oh man, it's so tempting to use a damage con for this fire. This game's gonna come down to the wire here. Our destroyers, I don't know why he's just sitting there willy-nilly shooting his guns. Like, you could go and not be spotted, dude. Alright, reload booster's ready again, so we use it right away. We want to see if we can't take this guy out. Come on, baby. Ugh. So close. Alright, we're going to have to press forward to finish him off. This freaking Hayate is just fire spamming us. Knock it off. Alright, so this main's a goner, and oh my gosh, we lost her. I don't, like, what are you doing, dude? The objective of ranked is to win. I mean, well, all of the game types are, but it's more important. It's more important in ranked that we win. Alright, so it's gonna be me versus freaking Hayate. We got 1 more radar left here. And I'm trying to be cautious about using the damage con for fires, right? Because he's got torpedoes. Oh man, come on, baby. We just got in range of our secondaries. We're gonna hit this island. So that's not a bad thing, because that probably, if he doesn't realize that we're about to clip that, it, throws off his trajectory, especially if he's like aiming with torpedoes or anything like that. So we'll back up a little bit and then go forward a little bit. The classic Y turn. Come on, baby. I mean, if he keeps firing his guns, like, he's gonna stay spotted, and that's gonna be the end of him. Like, you can't win a gun battle, buddy. Like, alright, the double fire, we may have to put this out. Oh no, we're back down to 1. We're good. We're good! This is fine. This is fine. Fine. Come on, dilly-dallies. Come on, secondary batteries. I like to call them secondary batteries, the dilly-dallies. Alright, I don't know why. I'm using AP. I thought this would be over sooner. I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter if they're not hitting him anyway. Really? Just making it rain with secondary battery. 6,000 health. Man, he is really whittling us down, right? There goes our radar. Alright. There's no way that torps are not coming towards us, and we are not spotted right now, so I'm going to take advantage of that situation and make a big course change here. Well, not big, but we're going to the right instead of to the left of where he was, his relative position, right? This way we can also still get inside this cap. I think on ranked it only takes like 30 seconds to get the zone cap, right? And we're at 900 points, so if he wants to be a runner, we will eventually win on points here if he doesn't challenge us, so. We got that going for us. Alright, we're spotted. Man, this is going to be brutal. Oh, he must not have the greatest concealment. There's the torps we were worried about, and that's why we made that course change. Because those were going for us from, you know, where we were going before. That other way. Yeah. That's going to be the end of him. 127,000 damage in a game where there's only 3 enemies. That's pretty awesome. Alright, so we're moving up on this ranked season. Let's see where we end up on the leaderboard. Of course, we're the top man. That Hayate over on their team, he had 1,700 as well. So we actually weren't that much better than him. Real quick, how I have this commander set up. Of course, this is a secondary batteries build. This is my dilly-dally build for the Italian battleships that have decent range for their secondary batteries, right? So a lot of this is either defensive. You know, if you're building out for secondaries, it's good to have some defense built in there too when that's an option, right? So we have those, and then we have, you know, porcupine and range and yeah, whatever. And then will to rebuild is oh yeah, properly meticulous is that's what that one's called. I never remember what they're called because I almost never look at what they're actually called, right? So then yes, we are of course addicted to will to rebuild with our battleships, right? So that is Giuseppe Verdi, but stick around because this one is a double header, and that's right, there's only like 5 minutes left in this video. Let's see what happens, guys. Let's see how this goes. Can't possibly do a whole ranked battle in 5 minutes, let alone win it. Only losers play for 5 minutes because they die. We are in the Giuseppe Verdi again. Oh, by the way, I don't remember, did I tell you? I'm Phoenix 6-1, and we try to have fun with this game. We try to give pointers, but not be too serious, because it's a game. And sometimes we're negligent and we YOLO push because it's fun, and then we die first. That happens soon. But not this time. Not this time. Maybe some other time. I do have a couple of videos out there where like I tacked on at the end, like where I just got wasted in the, in the very beginning of the game. I think there was like like one where I played a Shimikaze and I like got stuck on an island and just all these torpedoes hit me and took me out. So. But yeah, so I've been that guy, but not tonight. Tonight we use our bullets to blow up other ships. So originally my plan was to kind of go and sneak in like right through where I'm looking right now, right? And then kind of head towards the A cap. But my whole team seems to want to go for the B cap. So you don't really want to go, I mean, in general, you don't want to go solo out in this game, but when you're playing a 3-on-3 like this, it's maybe even more important to stick with your teammates, right? It's just going to help out a lot. You don't want to make yourself this like lone target out in the middle of nowhere, right? All right, so another Giuseppe Verdi. Someone's picking up on the fact that this ship is working good for this ranked season. And then a Palmer, and so you know you got a German battleship. That's another, you know, typically people do brawler builds with that, and they get torpedoes and all that other fun stuff, right? So we will come in behind our other battleship here, and I just now realized that our destroyer is taking the long way around, and so he will be completely useless for this game for at least the first few minutes. But also, since this game is only going to last a few minutes, I would like to say he's just going to be completely useless. Like, let's just put it out there. Yeah, I get the idea behind going out and creating a flank, but sometimes you're taking yourself out of the battle for too long, and it's not worth it, right? So it needs to be the right circumstance. And in a 3-on-3, that's probably not the right circumstance, right? Alright, so they're destroyed. We're picking them up with our radar, right? And he looks like he wants to kind of, yeah, so there's his torps. So we, because we picked him up, we slowed down, right? But he looked like he wants to kind of keep moving to our left and get on around this other side of this island. So we may have to deal with him there. But for the time being, we are letting our secondaries do their work. And yep, so here he comes. So he was probably waiting for his torpedoes to reload, right? So I'm going to back up as I'm backing up, and now I'm going to change directions, right? So I'm hoping that as he comes out, he's dumping his torpedoes and he's lining up with the like suggested trajectory you know, that the game was giving him, right? And so then he's dumped them, and then now I'm going full forward, and they're all gonna end up behind me, right? But I mean, if he's just gonna die first, maybe that's easier for us, right? All right, first blood. There we go. All right, our destroyer. Nope, that was our. That was not our destroyer. Our destroyer is way the hell out onto the right side of the map, so. I saw torpedoes and I was like, that must have been our destroyer. Nope, that was our battleship. So we will go after this bomber, and he's going down quick too. That is it for that game. We get, yeah. So it can be fun. It can be fun. All right, and then yeah, that was a previous game that we were on before. We'll see where we are. Yep, so our other battleship, the Ruprecht, he got the other 2 kills, so good for us. Yeah, so that was just a fun short game I wanted to add on to the, you know, add in there, throw it in there. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to follow the channel. We got more videos on the way.